Hi. So today I'm going to talk about how to connect to your loved ones. And it's probably a technique for those that have better visuals, but anyone can try to do it, good luck. And this topic is quite popular. I made quite a few videos on my channel, but it never gets old, so to speak. There's always more things to add. There's never one way to do it. So we continue exploring this thing. And let's just start with people that you know. And it can be anyone. So let's not just stick with, oh, people on Earth and someone you knew from your family. No, it can go beyond that. Anyone you know on Earth or beyond, even your soul family, your starseed family, people you knew out there before coming here on Earth in your past lives, your other families out there, your lovers, anything that you would like to experience, explore, find out, understand. It can go in various ways. And beyond people, animals, you like your little puppies and cats and dogs and chickens and cows and piggies and everything else. If you have love for any kind of creatures, you can connect with them again because they have a soul. So they have consciousness. They can come here in the shape of an animal, and out there they can have different kind of shape. That being said, the way I would start is first remember or think of a place that kind of connects you both the best, and make this place your own pocket realm. And what I mean by that is, even though it can have similar looks like on Earth, like this specific restaurant where you two used to eat, maybe there's a little place in the park or outside in the forest or somewhere that used to connect you two, or maybe a place, even if you have never met or would like to be at, something that makes you comfortable, something that makes you like, oh wow, this feels like home. This feels pretty good. So you're creating your own pocket realm, and even like places can mimic things on Earth. It doesn't have to be same place. So don't worry about being stuck on Earth or inviting beings back and now they're stuck here. Doesn't happen. So your own pocket realm, you're also going to create your own rules, as in you don't want any other parties over here. So because you are God and like a programmer, you're creating your own rules. Okay, how are we going to do this? So you're basically, think of like this layer of invisibility code. Just think of like a cloth thing, and your pocket realm where only you and that being are going to connect. You just have this little ball or a cake, and you're going to put the frosting or something on top of it to cover it off like a little cloth. It goes like a layer. But the idea would be make it invisible. No one else can find it but you and the person, the being you choose to come. And now, because it's invisible, make sure your realm is away from duality. There is no good or bad, right or wrong. It's not connected to 3D or anything. It's just your own private place. You'd have to really dig up and find your own private server on the game, so to speak, and your own rules of what you set up to be. And you can go with all the positive and negative, like no entities, no reptilians or, like Dracos or anyone can come in here, and only beings that would fit your standards, your values, you just go with defining what you would like that realm to be, what kind of rules would go in there that would make it feel comfortable and safe for you. And also you can imagine this, let's say, shielding and energy barrier that would basically deflect and like energies and anything that would come over if possible and all. And inside of your earth or your own creation, inside of your own realm, whatever it happens to be, take this can spray, just shake it a little bit and spray it with love. Spray it with love, confidence, anything that would make you feel good. Just to sort of raise the vibration, make you feel good, lift you up to that level where you're the godlike being and like, oh, this feels really good. Make it to that level, so to speak. So there are no specific rules. You don't have to follow this step by step and do everything I say. Feel free to improvise. It's up to your own creativity. You're God. So think what would make you feel better, what would fit your creation better, and just go with that. Add things you want. And whatever fits that best safe spot, like the campfire for me in the last Saturday when we were connecting to Sovereign Self, I would happen to be close to this pond near the waterfall and a lot of rocks and the forest and the shore, and like it felt really good, super real. and everything. So whatever fits your standards. Now, when you have that covered, you have the location, your own pocket realm that will keep you safe. You go, okay, the being I'm going to meet. A lot of people worry, is it real or not real? And how am I going to know that it's the being that I know, or if it's the entity or some more, like fake being that wants to mess with me and all the stuff? What you're going to do is, the being that you have met on Earth. Let's say your grandma, your great grandfather, your daddy, your mom, anyone. And you would just look at those beings, and even if it's your cat or a dog, or it would be someone from your past life, just define who is that being to you. How would they make you feel? What is their essence like? What do they feel like? What do you feel like when you're with them? And you would go with, okay, so for example, for me, it would be my great grandfather. I would just love to meet him again. Why not? And I had this like, okay, so this guy is, very kind-hearted. Is just super kind-hearted. After everything he has experienced, and he has a lot of knowledge and everything. So I'm just going to put this, how do I see him? His essence. What do I know him like? And he's just giving away everything he has. Like he's pretty much like an altruist and all, and would never sort of harm a soul, so to speak. So like I would just define how I see him like, what does it feel like being with him? This being, like has this very, like, it's calm. He has this funny side where he can say some jokes and make you laugh and do anything to lift you up, so to speak. So for me, when I see him, I connect to his true beingness. My feeling state changes. Like I'm like, if before making this video, I was like, like in a different feeling state. Now it's like, there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love over here. And it can be your dog. Like, oh, this little creature. Man, the character, unique. They run around, and I talk about dog, but I think about my cat, of course. Little interesting being. And so you would just define their essence. How would they make you feel when you're with them? And if you have not met them, like, okay, well, I'm on Earth. I have amnesia. I don't remember my soul family and the beings. Well, what would your soul family be like if you were with them? You probably wouldn't choose reptilians. Oh, they're manipulators and narcissistic beings and into, like psychopaths and into killing and chaos. You probably wouldn't say that. You would be like, well, they would have to be smart, really intelligent. They would be telepathic and have a lot of psychic powers, and they would have a lot of knowledge. And you would define what would your soul family be like, because you're talking from experience. You're not making crap up. You're like, you know what your perfect family is like because you have experienced it. So everything you put in your definition is going to meet the beings you have been with, and you're going to connect with them. So when you have that, I would just say that the looks doesn't matter, because when people leave Earth, when consciousness that use the physical body machine to run here around on Earth or anywhere else, the consciousness can choose to take any kind of body. So focus on the essence and the beingness, because a lot of times, let's say when we're dreaming, when we get out of body, we will meet people we know, but their looks are going to be different. And you're going to know that it's exactly the person, like, oh, it's you. Oh my God, grandpa. Oh my God, it's my horse or it's my cat, looking like a tiger or looking like a mammoth or looking like I don't know, like you describe it. And the shapes will change, but you will know that it's exactly them because it is their essence. You would know your cat, you would know your best friend, you would know exactly how they act. Because any other entities or any fake beings, they would not be able to pull off the exact same personality. They would be a bit different, say something that would throw you off or try to hook you. So don't even go worrying about what if it's fake. Because the moment you start focusing on possible wrongs or like, what if it's that, you're focusing on a negative and you're going to pull in creating that and allowing those beings to come in. So focus on the essence, on the being you want to meet. Their beingness, their characteristics, what it feels like being with them. What do they make you feel like? What do they make you think about? Focus on, if you have people you admire and it's like, if I was with them, I'd probably be here, like you get all excited and like, fuck yeah, let's go. You wouldn't feel suspicious or other stuff. So you're going to feel the difference. You're going to know. It's not even, okay, yeah, it's you. Like, it's not even that. Like, yep, that's you. So you're going to know. And when you have it ready, feel free to give that invitation. Hey, Charles. Hey, Christine. Mom. Puppy. Like give them that allowance, invite them in your space. Because their consciousness, they will have different aspects of them running around across the multiverse. And some of them actually might be busy. Like just because they're done with life doesn't mean that they're sitting there reading a book waiting for you to call them. They have their own life. They have their own interests. They have their own focus. And when you call them, they're like, okay, I'm going to stop my day for a while and connect with you. Or maybe not, like we'll see. But so these beings, they're going to come into your pocket realm that is safe, that you define, that you protected, and spray with love and everything else. They're going to have your definition. And just focus on that moment. Don't even start conversation, just that moment, just being with that person, being with that creature you loved. And once you have it down, once you have the feeling state, you don't even have to see it clearly. Let's say if you have bad visuals, if you're not seeing it, like, okay, it sounds like a great video, I kind of want to do it, but I don't see shit. That's okay. Sort of think of if you were writing a story, you don't have to see anything, but just the details. What would that perfect place be like? What would that being be like? Like the characteristics, the feeling state. You can of course feel stuff. Come on. So you just have to pull it out. And once you have that, then you can start asking questions. For people that have visuals, the being will appear and they will come over and you will feel the essence and everything else. For people that might not have visuals, you can just sit there, close your eyes so that the outside world wouldn't be interrupting you. Find a spot, and you don't have to see anything, but just define things for yourself. Think of what the place would look like. Think of the emotions and feelings they would have and you would have. And you're going to start feeling it within your body. As that being enters your space, like even when my great grandfather, like I just talked about him, and he for sure like opens up the line to connect. And I feel my body were filled with like love and this warm energy, like, oh wow, this is good and safe. This is like really authentic, so when that comes and shows up, you have a connection open. Don't worry, don't question it. Of course, you can feel free to question everything. Please do if you have any like suspicions or anything, please do that. So that being said, then you have your own questions, whatever you want to ask them. Hey, how are you doing? Like, are you coming back on Earth or are you free? And if you're free, what are you doing over there where you are? Where are you? Like, how old are you in that world? And any kind of questions you might want to have. Where it is for you to get the relief that they're fine, or get some information from out there. Like, hey, I want to learn things. While you are out there, what are some of the things that you can teach me? What is it that I need to know? What is it I need to remember or focus on? And you have certain questions that would give you this information, this knowledge, this security, whatever you need. And that's about it. Like, you don't need to pull this magical technique of, like a big fit, like list of steps. You just basically create your own realm so that you would know where you're going to meet. Focus on the essence of the being, not the looks, but the essence, because it is the consciousness that has a beingness about them. It's going to be one thing for sure. And once you know them, you're going to feel the connection. You might see them, you will feel it within your body where the energy, the feeling stage changes. You're going to feel more love, or, oh, wow, it feels good. It's like you might feel like your body warming up and everything else. And when that happens, ask your questions. You're going to get the answers. You're going to get the connection, and feel free to thank them for showing up. Tell them you love them, or anything you want to tell them, and just connect. Like see you next time, or bye-bye, and close it off. And that's about it. So this is the technique you can use. If you have any questions, feel free to write in the comments. I can always add up to this, and hopefully it was useful. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.